Hey guys, welcome back to OceanGemTarot. How are you? Hope you guys have an awesome day. So we're gonna continue with our all signs. I corrected the other one to see or say what the signs were that were read. So we're gonna dig into it and see how many we can get done right now, and then it'll be fun. So if I can hold these cards are so long, I can barely hold them. I have technical issues. Let's see. Now I can see comments. I'm gonna close my water because I'm clumsy. Yeah, let's get started. Let's see what placement we're about to read. Hey, Mac Twins, how are you? Hey, Takia, good morning, love. Oh, I'm so glad to see you guys. Happy Friday. All right, what sign do we have? We have Virgo. Put that in my little pile. 2012. What's up, girl? How are you? So we're going to do with Virgo placements. So check where your Virgo placements are and see how this is relevant in that area. Hey, Carla. Good morning, babe. Feel like weird and unorganized because I have all my cards over here, but my phone's over here, but I'm used to looking over here. Seriously, I have some issues. Let's see. Let me get on track. All right. Oh, I have a story. This might be relevant, so let me get into it. Okay, so yesterday, I keep having butterflies flying to my store, right? And so I found another one. And see, yesterday, well, the day before yesterday, that evening, I noticed it flew into my store. I mean, yeah, it's a little better. But anyways, it was on the ceiling. Well, even with the ladder, I still can't reach it, right? So I was like, well, shit. So I was like, well, maybe it'll fly down in the morning where I can catch it, right? So anyways, I get there in the morning, and then like in afternoon time, it landed where I can get the step ladder and I can catch it, right? So I always talk to them before I catch them. I'm like, look, I'm going to put you outside so don't fly away, right? And so I go, and I kind of tap it, kind of make sure it's still alive. And I went like this, and I scooped it up in my hand, it fluttered, and then it stopped. And then I went to let it outside, and I go like that. Normally they fly away. Well, this one just sat there, so I just sat there, and he was like right here on my hand. And it was so cool because like I could feel the butterfly's energy. So then I went across the way. This is one of my friends works at the place across the way. And I was like yelling because she had her doors open. I was like, Danielle. It's just like, what? It's like, do you have people in here? And a lady started walking by this way and she just stopped in her tracks. She goes, it's just sitting there. I was like, yeah, kind of like animals like me. And I guess bugs too. And it's just laying his wings out and it's like licking my hand or whatever. And it's just sitting there. It's not moving. I'm just sitting here like this. And she's just watching it the whole time in amazement. And she had like the prettiest aura. It was pink. And she was so nice. And she just sat there the whole time. Well, then like Danielle's coming out and she's like, oh, wow. She goes, well, did you give it some sugar water? I said, girl, why am I going to get sugar water? She goes, hold on. Because I just gotten her a lemonade and brought it over to her. And she went and she poured something like in the little cup thing, right? And then she comes back out. And as soon as she came back out, like it flew away. And I was like, see, it's up there. So it's my funny story. But anyways, it was cool though, because like you could feel the energy off of it. I don't know. I guess I'm weird. I can feel everything. He was looking, I was like, oh, he left his energy behind. I love it. It was so cute. I named him Alfred. But anyways, Virgo, let's tap into your energy. So that might be significant to somebody. Maybe some of you guys like are able to feel other people's or things or animals' energy. I don't know. All right, what is that card that came out for you, Virgo? Ooh, the Hierophant. This Hierophant's super cool. Cool. And then on the bottom, the King of Swords, stepping into that knowledge, but also having this defending, not defensive type energy, being able to like feel like you're standing up for those things that you believe in, like really stepping into that kind of masculine type energy. But I feel like you have something in the background protecting you, like a protector. Look, see it? But it's like you're electrifying, right? And then the Hierophant is like the ultimate universal like knowledge and wisdom. So there's a lot of wisdom that you're tapping into, but I feel like it's on the spiritual side, right? Because look, see right here. One of them's like, I feel like defending you against something else. Because if you look here, then it look like he has his hand out, like stop, like defending you against something else. But there's like all this wisdom and knowledge coming in. It's like you can see what other people's can't see. You can see how it's coming out of his hand. But it's like it's a gift from the universe. Some people, frogs might be significant because the lights kind of look like tadpoles. Look up the spiritual meaning of a frog for some of you guys. Virgo placements. Anyways, let's dig into it. Yeah, I named him Alfred. I named everything. What do we have? Please elaborate on this. The Hierophant and the King of Swords. I feel like you guys are tapping into that, knowing that gathering of knowledge from the spiritual side, wanting to know why and how, and like really taking a journey here. But I feel like now you're starting to get those answers, like they're starting to come in, because I feel like I see people from the other side like hugging you, like a hug, like a shield of protection. Like maybe you've been guarded. And been defensive about like protecting like your energy and your spiritual side, wanting to know all aspects. Ooh, the Page of Cups, exploring. Yeah. I feel like there's something that's surprising you. It's a lot to do with like fish here. Ooh, somebody might have fish in the sea. What? For those of you that don't know, that's an old saying. You might find out that somebody's pregnant. It does run in threes. I don't know how that's significant. Threes is significant. But I feel like it's a message. Like a message that you wouldn't necessarily, normal people wouldn't take it as a message, but you kind of analyze things and are wondering, like, well, why did I see this? Why did this happen? That's where the butterfly comes in, right? Because there's all different like things and messages and spirituality of growth or transformation. It's some of them. Some of it could be a sign just knowing that like your angels are with you. Could be a sign your guardian angel, like you know that you're protected and they're there helping you through new beginnings starting. So it's kind of like, and then also like squirrels have a different meaning. Yes, I know that squirrels say it a lot. But anyways, they have a different type of spiritual meaning. Also the same as like robins and things of that nature. So the things that you see, like really tapping into it and looking it up like, hey, what's the spiritual meaning of this? Because somewhere there's a message in it. Ooh, connect the dots. Go on, self. That's one that was significant. I had to say it right there because this is going on with, you know, wherever your placement of Virgo is. Some of you guys, it could be in the works. For like actual Virgo signs, this could be in your spirituality. I just heard like the great unknown. You guys remember Star Trek? Oh, justice. Yeah. Those things are coming in and coming balanced to you. Like truth is coming out. There's a fairness of being balanced here, right? Because it's like more in the upright than it was sideways. So it's like somebody could have been something just wasn't balanced here. Something was like dishonest. Something wasn't true to what it portrayed to be, you know? And I feel like you have this like clarity of it now, like trying to figure it out. Because this looks like she has angel wings on her, right? It's like the stairway to heaven, which is also like the Hierophant. Because the majority like traditional Hierophant cards have the stairway. And it looks like, I call it the stairway to heaven because it's that stairway of knowledge, that stairway of insight, right? Gaining that insight from the universe. I like this. I feel like you guys are overwhelmingly happy because for some reason, like it's kind of feel like this joy, but it's like joy that kind of makes you teary, like grateful. Temperance sideways. There's a lot about balancing, learning how to balance things and finding the middle path here, not going off course, right? It's like you might have felt like things were not balanced at one time because you were searching for the meaning of it all. But now it's like through patience, you're finding that meaning and you're not going off one or the other. It's like the scales are balancing here. Your emotions are balancing here. You're seeing somebody has a gift that they're noticing. King of Coins, abundance. Some of you guys want to sit in what is necessarily, being prosperous has whole different meanings. You can be prosperous in love. You can be prosperous in, money. You can have abundance of money. You could be, just wanting to be just this great overall provider, like for your family. You know what I mean? But you want to be well-rounded. And that's confirmation because it's King of Coins. It's balancing, King of Wands, which is that overcoming these challenges and being able to look at the big picture, becoming a great leader. Like you could have been, or you might have been, I don't know, take it how it resonates, a good leader before, but it's like you're becoming well-rounded, right? Things are becoming balanced, like on the spiritual side as well. And that clarity is coming through. And that clarity was something that you might have been like searching for. And now you can see the big picture. It's like you're overcoming that challenge. And now that's why like a gift is coming into you. I feel like the gift is coming in from the universe, right? I just heard the gift of sight. Could be insight. We have the King of Wands out here twice. Well, we have King of Swords and King of Wands. What's the name of the King of Swords? The Queen of Pentacles. Being fertile, right? Because this is like she grows things. She grows her money. She's able to see into the things. It's like very kind of like earthy, right? At the start, everything you touch turns to gold. That's significant to somebody. And then it kind of looks like a pumpkin. You guys remember? And I just heard like it's in your DNA. And then also if you look in this, there's like a DNA strand coming out of it. Like you were carved to be this. This is something like you're breaking the mold. This mold is you and like stepping into that and expressing it and understanding it, right? I just heard why you are the way that you are and embracing it. I like this. And then we have the Hermit. I feel like some of you guys might have withdrawn so much that you might have been lonely just because you were trying to figure it all out. So it was like a different kind of withdrawing, right? It was withdrawing to the fact of, it's like making yourself so isolated that it could have made you lonely just because you didn't want to bring people into your chaos. But it wasn't necessarily chaotic. It was chaos within yourself, trying to sort out your mind, trying to get the answers that you wanted. But sometimes you have to be able to accept that you don't know everything and be able to go with the flow and allow those answers to come to you and gravitate to you. This is a very deep read, Virgo. Ooh, the devil. And I'm just being able to enjoy those simple pleasures in life and the simple, I just heard like nature and things of that nature, being able to just step out and be like, thank you for this day. Look, the sun's shining, even if it's raining, the rain clears and it waters and it replenishes, right? Like being able to be like, wow, it's a beautiful day. I'm here another day. Let's make the best of it. You know what I mean? Things of that nature. Like being able to enjoy the little things around you that could bring you great joy. Things that make you at peace. What else do we have for Virgo? I just heard, oh, so magical. What's that movie? Was that The Carpet? Is that Aladdin? Where she's like, oh, so magical. What is this? Ooh, yeah. Like at one point you might have felt defeated, and that's the things you had to get balanced because you're trying to figure this stuff out, but you went too far within and you cut everyone off. And that wasn't necessarily what you were supposed to do. You're just trying to figure it out, and you thought that might have been what you're supposed to do, but then that isolated you from having the answers coming to you. So that might have made you feel like, you know, like stuck, like you were just, you know, kind of down and out, confused. I started to look for the meaning in everything. Oh, and then look at that, the 9 of Cups. I feel like now you're stepping in because we have, this is underneath the King of Wands. Like the King of Wands, we have the Page of Cups, a surprise coming to you, looking at the big picture, you know, overcoming these challenges, developing yourself. But then also like purple is a sign of luxury, right? Sign of satisfaction, a sign of happiness, sign of stability. Like those answers you want are coming in. Yeah, and you're exploring it, and now you're starting to feel free. Go on, Virgo. Like you're super dope. You're excited about it, right? Looks like he's carrying a wallet. Like somebody might take a trip just out of the blue to go explore, do something new. It's like, I can do this on this little bit of money, and just like taking off and just going and just feeling the sense of freedom, right? And again, look, King of Coins just came out. Somebody might be getting a new job or exploring a new job. Somebody just might be exploring something or an idea that's going to end up bringing in more abundance, but also happiness to them because of these, I don't know, like clarifications that have come in, these downloads. Redbeard, what are you doing? Free as a bird, I dig it. Yeah, and all has to do with getting these things balanced and balancing out your like priorities here. Somebody's kind of really unorganized at this time. I just heard color code. Somebody needs to get things back in order. I don't know whether it is possibly in their house or just in their work environment or just adding structure to their day-to-day. I don't know why color code came out. That's significant to somebody. Maybe you're trying to figure something out to do things in an easier manner to be able to find stuff. I see a filing cabinet. I don't know. That color code. That's for somebody. Take it out, resonates. Let me know. All right. One more card. And we're going to move on. See if we can get one more sign done. Because this read lasted longer. Probably because my storytelling is beginning. So random. But I feel that my stories end up being relevant. So, I mean, might as well tell them. Look at what came out again. The Page of Wands. Feeling your freedom after feeling defeated. That's amazing. Temperance, 10 of Swords, and the Page of Wands. Going out and exploring something new. Finding that balance and that freedom. Having those answers come into you. Having that clarification come into you. The justice and the temperance. Getting your just rewards. But in a good way. Not bad. Just having the answers to the things that you've been searching for. I dig it. Finding the meaning in those challenges that you've overcome, but doing it in a healthy way. You can still withdraw from people and go within from people without totally shutting everybody out. Sometimes you need a listening ear. That's what I just heard. Leaving your insecurities behind and stepping into that high priestess energy, right? Which is, again, wisdom, intuition, that insight is coming into you, but also keep doing your due diligence and working hard, and don't lower your standards for anyone. Because you're walking away from the delusionment and realizing what is right in front of you. Leaving behind the confusion here and stepping into a new sense of freedom. I dig it. Go on. That's a good read. That made me happy. Made my soul smile. Tuck you in and bring you some milk and cookies. I don't know if sugar is good for you before bed. I'll bring you some chamomile tea and some melatonin gummies. That'll knock you right out. You're sleeping good. I'll never forget when I discovered that children can take melatonin gummies, because they used to not have that, like when my kids were like toddlers and stuff like that. And then like it came out and started, like coming out, and they make gummies of it. Let me tell you, talk about happy. My kids slept so good and they were to bed on time. Because dad's like, I can't believe you're giving them that. I was like, it's natural and it works and they sleep good and I don't have to get up. So it's the best of both worlds. They wake up happy and not tired. I wake up happy because I got sleep. Here, take it with you. Melatonin and elderberry. Parents' best friend. Elderberry is amazing. That's better than vitamin C. For those that don't know, now you know. You heard? Oh, I'm so goofy. Anyways, let me get this stuff mixed up. It's like one of my kids is a busybody, right? So he has trouble going to sleep because his mind goes. It's like me. And so he welcomes it. Like to this day, and like years and years later, he's like, hey, we're out of melatonin. And then he'll be like, I just can't sleep. Like my mind won't shut off. Because he's a busybody. All right, let's see. Let me clear this. I'm going to try to get in one more. And then I will update the little label thing to the appropriate signs. All right. Oh, let me. Aquarius. We have our Aquarius. Aquarius is overall energy. Overall energy for the weekend. Somebody's going to get some news. It's going to be good news. It's just something new, something different. This is 5 of Swords. But it fell sideways. Interesting. Somebody's coming out as something that they're conflicted in. Could be something with their mom. Just dealing with like some family. I heard like family drama. But then under here we have the Hangman. Like there's stuff that you just like, maybe there's some family drama you need to release because it's making you feel like you're stuck, or maybe you feel like you're stuck because you don't want to make your parents mad. Aquarius. What is this with Aquarius placements? I feel like you're coming out of that conflict and reaching a resolution so you can like release it. What it is, it's a lot of energy that had a hold on you. There's something significant with the play button. Maybe you feel like they were trying to play you like a puppet. That song came in my head, like a puppet. All right, what do you have for Aquarius? It's all falling out sideways. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Boom. Healing some childhood wounds, right? You're leaving a transition. You're moving on, but you're still in the midst of it. You're kind of, I carrying some of that emotional baggage with you that you need to release. It's something about childhood wounds, healing those childhood wounds, and moving forward and becoming independent. Some of you guys, depending on your age, might be leaving home, becoming more independent here. I feel like you're curious for what there is out there for you, but you might feel like somebody tries to manipulate the moves that you make. I feel like this family member could be like a big feminine energy in your family. I just heard like the matriarch of the family. I don't know. But then we have the lovers, which is like making those choices and doing those things that you want to do, right? You might have been indecisive. There might have been a little bit of conflict. You might have been torn, but they're my family. You know what I mean? Do I really want to end this relationship, right? But it's like overall choosing to make those things that are going to make you happy with the sun. And I feel like you guys are still in the midst of getting away from, like, you might have been kind of depressed at one time. I don't feel like you're totally like, oh man, totally like depressed, but just negative energy, kind of down in the dumps. You're kind of conflicted. That's what you're coming out of here. That's what you're like in the midst of releasing, I feel, because it's kind of like being able to take that like leap of faith on yourself and like start this new path here. This is pretty cut and dry. I feel like you guys are moving away from it. Maybe finally choosing to walk your own path instead of what is delegated by like a family matriarch. We have the Magician. We also have the Justice. The Justice, I feel like some kind of truth and clarity came out in the situation, right? For some reason, I feel like somebody's just kind of like deceitful, right? They're kind of cunning here. But what's in the dark does come to light. It's the moon. I feel like you guys are taking that leap of faith and like, embracing like your intuitions. And I feel like what was unclear is now becoming clear, right? The moves that you need to make to choose this happiness and have this joy in your life. And I feel like you guys are moving on, but I feel like you guys are releasing that because I feel like this could be a long-seated wound that you guys have probably, because we got that baggage, like you tried to move on from, you thought you moved on from, but still it keeps kind of like popping up and it's like you're noticing this. And so it's kind of like, you're choosing to like move on or not be manipulated by somebody anymore. It's like walking your own path here, Aquarius. I just heard someone say about that, I just feel bad. But sometimes you shouldn't feel bad. I mean, there's all a way of doing things, right? You can still distance yourself from people without totally cutting them off. But still, you have to have the right to walk your own path, right? Because we're each individuals and everybody has a different path. Everybody has a different purpose. Everybody's is different than the last. Yeah, go on. You're working hard here. You're doing your due diligence. You're like following your passions and those things that you want to do, right? You're being meticulous. Like you have those standards. You're working hard at it. And this path may not be the path that somebody else wants for you, but you're still following it because that's where your heart is drawn. That's your passion, right? Because that cycle had to end. You guys are starting on a new cycle and embracing this change here, even though like it's like you're coming out of this conflicted type energy. That's beautiful. You're releasing yourself and not being stuck and not being confined into a box because somebody else wants you in that box. That's not your box. That's their box, right? Ooh, look what comes up next. Boom, 10 of Pentacles. Go on, Aquarius. The ultimate happiness. Some of you guys are going to be setting a legacy. Some of you guys, I feel like whatever you're doing, that you're stepping out on this path is going to accumulate a lot of money flow. I just heard from like multiple sources, or possibly maybe you might even get an inheritance or something of that nature. But I feel like this is something that's going to come in like due to this change and this new beginning, right? So you're going to be ultimate happiness. Boom. And there's going to be some kind of new partnership that's going to come into you guys, some kind of new connection. 10 of Cups or 10 of Coins and 2 of Cups. Some of you guys also might be doing some charity work. It's kind of like what you put out is what you get back in the world. So, it's like you're sowing, reap what you sow, right? You have to start sowing before you can start reaping, right? So it's like you guys are planting the seeds and now they're coming into you by following your own path and releasing those wounds and stuff that might have been from the past, kind of holding you back and, chaining you down, that you're realizing that, hey, I haven't fully healed from all this. And so now that you're doing that, you're getting out of this conflicted, stuck energy and going out and being curious and stepping out of your own path. And that is your justice. like facing your truth here, or the truth in a situation coming out that's giving you clarity from something that was kind of deceptive or manipulative in the past. Ooh, I dig it. I'm going to leave that there. Congratulations, Aquarius. All right, guys, let's see here. I think I have time for one more. I don't want to cut it off in the middle. Should we do one more? Should we try to get it in? If not, we can always try depending on how tired I am. Tonight, because it's Friday, and my younger two are going and hanging out with their uncle. So it will be quieter. Yep, I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to come back on tonight, but it's going to be late. Will anybody be up? Probably around 9:30, 10 o'clock this evening. What is that that's upside down? Ah, being determined. Stepping into that Queen of Wands energy, that brave energy. All right, guys. Well, on that note, since nobody answered me, I'm going to end it here, and we will regain this evening around 9:45. And I will see you guys again. So you guys stay fabulous, stay blessed. I'll fix the title to these signs, and then we will regain where we left off here in a bit. So you guys have an awesome Friday. I love you guys. Thank you, Mac Twins. And you guys have a blessed day. Bye.